Hello there everyone, back for another one of our Halloween home haunt videos. Actually Knott's Hotel is behind me here. We stopped by Knott's Berry Farm for just a few minutes to see it a little bit in the daylight. That's such a rare thing for us. It's crazy. We do so much at Knott's throughout the year. If you're follow along with us on the channel or social media, you know that we're at Knott's all the time covering things. But this time of year, we hit Scary Farm as many times as we can, but we're so busy checking out all these other haunts that we're not here at all like in the daytime. So it's nice getting a little quick fix for about an hour and a half here. But now we are on the road. We're going to be checking out some Buena Park spots and I think a little bit of Anaheim as well. So let's see what we find. And here we go. We're right behind Knott's Berry Farm. This is Pierce, 8339 Pierce. And it's one we've seen in the past and really enjoyed. How could you not if you're a Knott's fan, or obviously Peanuts crew here. I watch this Halloween special literally all year long. It's like the perfect fix in January. I don't believe these guys were here last year. You can see the Beetlejuice gang back there, animated versions. It's a fun little touch. So cool. All right, so we're staying in Buena Park here. We've got Mohawk Cemetery and Castle of the Dead, I believe is what it's called. Castle of Deadwood. I'm sorry, Carmel showing me the correct name. Castle of Deadwood. So we've not experienced either of these before, but also there seems to be a bonus here on Mohawk, as we're going to show you in a second here. But similar to the Peanuts one we were just at, it's all flat figures of Alice in Wonderland, which is pretty fun as well. So that one wasn't on the SoCal Haunt list, but these other two were. So it looks like we're going to have 3 fun stops here on this cul-de-sac. So let's take a look. All right, so we're going to start on this side of the yard here. I'm sorry, of the street, to take a look at this Alice in Wonderland display, which has some fun takes on the Disney version of the story here. We've got the cards, got the croquet going here, of course, off with their head. Cheshire, my absolute favorite Disney characters. That interpretation of the character there. I've got Alice. Super fun. Mad Hatter. And they even have a neat little touch over here. They've got like the doorway going on over here for their gates. That's fun. Fun little extra piece there. Super cute. And then we'll come across the street here to our other two that are on the SoCal. All right, so we're going to start here at Castle of Deadwood. Nice little touch here. Check out these benches. Just want to take in a monstrous evening here at this display. You can just sit down and enjoy it. We've got the corn stalks, the backdrop, the animatronics, but of course the highlight here is that big castle facade. Then the fun keeps going here with the neighbors right next door at Mohawk Cemetery, where we of course have a cemetery scene, and then similarly we've got these benches out, which is fun. I don't know if the benches are something that are normally out here, but it's a really fun idea for Halloween to tie that in. Something even goes into the street here at the corner of Houston and Mohawk. Got the Scarecrow, but so I guess there's a lot of inflatables here that maybe are coming on later tonight, or maybe not because it's a weekday, not sure, but fun stuff, all the webbing. love this cul-de-sac coming together. 3 houses making for a really good stop here on Mohawk. All right, next up we're on Longfellow and Buena Park. It looks like we have another 3 here, and again 2 on the SoCal Haunt list, one of them not. It looks like an alien one nearby that's not on the list, but here. What you're hearing, this yard display we're going to look at here is the Inferno Church, and they have it synced up to 99.3, so you can hear the kind of ominous tunes behind me there. I'm sorry, in the scene here. And then we have, it's the Haunted Church Inferno. Haunted Church Inferno is that one, okay? So we'll look at that, and then we have a Pirates-themed one that's right across the street that kind of leans into a little bit of a Pirates of the Caribbean vibe, and that one is called Skull Island. So we'll take a look at both of those as well as the alien one right now. This is a lot of fun. We've never seen this one before, but I love love it. Love the Inferno. How cool. There's crispy bacon. Love the music choice too. This is great. This is a really fun display. All right, and now this is Skull Island. And again, so this is part of the trio here. We've got Skull Island, the church just across the way there, and then down there was the alien one we were just showing you. So these all team together, and that is super fun and super unique. It's always fun, just like these different unique, like seeing the benches a little bit ago. That was a very unique thing, seeing this trio of neighbors connected and having like one Instagram account for the whole street. I mean, it's just fun to see different people's approaches to things and how they do the stuff. And in the end, all just loving Halloween and trying to bring some fun to their neighborhood. I mean, I gotta imagine this little street is gonna be quite the hit come Halloween night. This is fun. These guys up here looks like they're breaking into the house. Looks like we've got a Kraken in there. Love that on top of the roof too. It's an inflatable one. You can hear the classic theme, of course, the lifeboat, got the mast. Let's come around and see it from this side. We've seen a lot of pirate displays, not that we don't every year, but I feel like we've seen particularly a lot this year, and I gotta say I've really enjoyed all of them. I don't think we've seen a pirates display that I didn't leave thinking like that was really fun, really good. All of them have unique differences. There's things going on in this display that we haven't seen at Pirates on Niagara or Pirates in Cindy Court, Pirates of Sevilla. All have their own similarities, but also a lot of differences. really impressed with this stop here on Longfellow. So back-to-back Buena Park stops that are pretty great with 3 on each street there. Good stuff. All right, next up, really excited about this one. We unfortunately missed Chains of Wakefield last year, but absolutely love the work that this haunter does. It's incredibly unique, just like stylistically, but like the choices of lighting, theming, it's just fun. And I mean, you know, we talked about this in the last video of like, people range from like their realism to their surrealism when it comes to these various haunts. And this one definitely leans towards the surreal, but also just towards the fun. It's just pure joy. So really excited to get back out of Chains of Wakefield. Unfortunately, we're not here on the weekend. We haven't been able to make it out to Anaheim on the weekend to see like full effects with all the fog. So everything we're going to show you now, you can amplify that like another +10. But I think you really like what we're about to show you here. And then after Chains of Wakefield, we're going to make our way down the street to Grinners. I know they posted that they were going with a little bit of a smaller year this year. And they've done some incredible stuff. But we want to check out whatever they have on display as long as the lights are on. So Chains of Wakefield, and then we'll check out Grinners. Such a fun display. All the chains. This is such a cool, unique idea. Really love it. Those colors, I mean, just so vibrant and rich. I think this use of pink, it's just not something we see. The oranges, so unique, so beautiful. Big fan of Chains of Wakefield. When we first found them, I believe they didn't have a name that year, and so it just seemed to fit. And they've really leaned into that theme, which is absolutely fantastic. And as we saw on the way in, they'd won the decorating contest there. Well deserved. Always a blast at Chains of Wakefield. All right, so just like, I don't know, a 3-minute walk down is Grinners. And I know they'd posted, or I believe they'd posted they were going smaller this year, but from what I can already see, it might be smaller, but it still looks really fun. So let's check it out.
So, you're wondering what I'm doing out here in the dead of night, eh? Well, what does it look like? I'm robbing some graves, obviously. And you're gonna grab a shovel and help me get down. Just like so. You better be careful where you tread on this dark night. You don't know who you will run into. Creatures.
Super fun. Love these collection of characters. So cool. Good to be back at Grinners and Chains of Wakefield. These are 2 really fun displays right next to each other. All right, so that's going to bring our Tuesday night to a close here with Buena Park, Anaheim area. And so we're going to have one more big night of haunt hopping, or I don't know how big it'll be, but we're going to tie it into this video. So we're going to do kind of a big episode here, all out the 2 days before Halloween. So I'm going to head home, take a break, and we'll come back to you in just a second with our Wednesday night, Halloween Eve, and all we find. Hello, everyone. We are back on the hop, of course. This time we're in Toluca Lake. Actually, we had a bit of a debate tonight because it was traffic. It's just, I mean, it's always bad, but it was like an hour 40 to get out here from our house. And we're only 3 away from breaking our personal record, which would be 140 stops. And we're like, we could definitely find these much closer. But We love Toluca Lake. We love seeing as much as we can. And so we are going to break our record here right now on these streets. So let's check some stuff out. All right, and let's start right here with these creepers. This is one we found last year over in between Clybourn and Lilley Hall. And it is pretty fantastic. Actually, it looks like we've got a hayride going on over here. So yeah, it's Halloween's here in LA. But these are new. The window was here last year with creepers, and that was about it, but they've added. And it's just understated and creepy and cool. Love this one. There we go. Stop number 138 for our Halloween Haunt Journeys 2024. Love the coordination with the lights and the monster. Alrighty, here we go. This is 139, and we got this collection of skeletons here that is all sorts of cool. They always have a really great cemetery scene here. And then right next door, we've got Say Scream, which is going to be our number 140. This is our record breaker right here, and it's a good one for it. We always love what they do here. So you can find them on Instagram at Say Scream. Love they've got the sign up that makes it really easy to find them. They just do some really unique stuff. Rock and roll will never die. And it's always some big bombastic rock and roll scene. And it always is a little bit different or a lot different depending on the year. But really good stuff here with their DJ-centric vibes. All the skulls. All the wickedness here. Dearly departed DJs. I love that. Look into the casket. And bursting right out of it. Rock and roll will never die. Good stuff here. Number 140 for us. Nice place to get the record. Alright, and next we have Lilley Hall. This is always one of the most difficult to photograph and do justice by it because it's so massive. And the way the colors hit just kind of, I don't know, it's tough to get a good video and photo of this. We tried shooting it from so many different places all the time, but you get the idea here of the scope. I just feel like nothing does quite justice to it because it is so massive. In the end, I mean, there's not really any real DIY here. This is just pure shock and awe, pure spectacle with a massive amount of blow molds everywhere you look inside the gate. We'll take you a little bit closer here once we let these cars pass. But it is quite something to behold, and it is equally cool, if not more so, during the holiday season. So definitely can check it out during Christmas time as well. And there you can get a better sense of, I mean, I don't know what the number is that they have here in blow molds, but it is pretty impressive. There's their Instagram, Lilley_Toluca_Lake. But yeah, I mean, it's some really cool vintage pieces in there as well.
Well, it is the other way from traffic. Stop going against traffic. I used to get there from Hollywood in 20 minutes. Yeah. Now it's 40 minutes.
So good. And see, this goes around to the side of the house as well. I mean, this is all encompassing. Like I said, it's shock and awe when it comes to Halloween here. All right, so this one I don't think we've ever seen before. I could be mistaken. It's right across the street from the creeps that we started out this evening with. We kind of looped back because I was like, wait, maybe there's more over here. And this is a full-on witches brew, witches party, whatever we want to call it. Really centralized theme here, pretty much all on the witches. Love the green motion figure in the back there, witch casting some spells, doing her thing. We've got another little group here. So full on Coven of Witches here in Toluca Lake. Maybe that's what we'll call it, the Toluca Coven. Fun stuff here. All right, now we make our way to Clybourn with a pretty prolific collection of haunts over here. I love the thriller one. I believe this debuted last year, if I remember. They've got that sign, Last Stop Cemetery. I don't recall. We'll have to look on our social media what we called in the past, but I think we called it something related to thriller because it is all about thriller, of course. These, and even so much so, in the back there, we've got the transformation werewolf. I've seen several of these like glass displays tonight. I think at least 3 of them. It's a Toluca thing. It's fun. I want to say back in the day, like, I don't know, 7-8 years ago, this was like, we called it the spider house because it was like some massive spiders. And they still have some spider theming going on. As you see, lots of webs. They love their spiders. But definitely all about that thriller. All right, Cybourn Cottage, this irreverent cemetery scene, has a bunch of jokey, handmade tombstones. Should not have tried that ghost pepper, for example. Gone but not forgotten. Shelley, what's her name? Some fun little animals and creatures in there. Cybourn Cottage. Always a fun one. It's the character that they show off in their cemetery scenes. That's really kind of why we keyed in on this one. Here lies Kent. How am I decomposing? Call 800 cadaver. Fun stuff. All right, and we're making our way up to Clybourn Manor, which is, of course, a stop. We'll get to that in a moment. But this one has been a great stop over the years, but I feel like last year they may have been dark, or maybe we just missed them last year. Maybe we're out here too early. I don't recall, but I always love the work they do with this massive tree and these limbs. So they've got this naturally great set piece with the tree that's here, of course, all year long. And then they use it to kind of marionette some things off of it. So you've got all sorts of references to Nightmare Before Christmas, of course, but Jack and Sally with their dance at the center of it. But I mean, there's stuff everywhere here. Oh, it's called Nightmare on Clybourn, Carmel said she found. So it's got a proper name there, and you can see we've got Oogie up there as well. And there we go, Nightmare on Clybourn. Some corn stalks with Jack in them. We've got Zero hanging over here. A lot of handcrafted pieces, as you can see in here. Really fun stuff. A lot of DIY. Really incredible. Over here, we've got a little work on the tree out here to give it some flavor, which is fun. Look left, directing us to Clybourn Manor, which we will get to in just a moment. That is fun. Great, great, great stuff here. Beautiful. All right, let's make our way to Clybourn Manor now. All right, Clybourn Manor, in addition to being super well lit, fun, spooky collection of skeletons. I think my favorite being this guy with his slight movement. I feel like the first year we came out, he was the guy that really caught our attention and come over here and cover this place. But in addition, Clybourn Manor is the former home of Roy and Edna Disney. So a little Disney tie-in there, and a bit of a celebration of the themed entertainment world here. A little love to the Disney family with all their stuff, although they don't do a direct Disney tie-in, or at least they haven't. They have had a lot of pirates in the past, and now going with a more kind of traditional cemetery scene. But you still got that pirate love in the middle there. Here you go. Here lies the pirates of Clybourn Manor, putting to rest their past display, which is a really fun take on celebrating their own story. Cool stuff. All right, and we just right off of, so Clybourn Manor's right there, and behind we saw people kind of marveling at something, so we came down and then realized there was a screen here, and basically they're creating a little slice of Oz here, of the Wizard of Oz. And so you've got, of course, the infamous tornado scene there, all in black and white. And then as it moves on, we're transported to the wonderful world of Oz, with yellow brick road included. It's a really fun kind of understated display. I mean, there's no like skeletal figures of Dorothy or the Tin Man or anything like that, but just kind of a fun nod there. And then you can see, at least to my knowledge, the one figure that we can see being referenced here is, of course, the house has fallen on the witch there. So that's kind of the one character figure. So really neat, creative display. Really, really love how unique this is and what it shows off here. Super cool. All right, not to be jarring, shooting this in the daytime, but we just didn't get time or around to it that final night. So I think that's going to mostly wrap up our home haunt hop videos for this year. Obviously, we will have a lot of other Halloween stuff throughout the year, spooky things, I should say, as we hit things like Creep It Real Festive and Creep by Econ and things like that. So stay tuned for more on that. Also, if you're into podcasts, we have tons of podcasts. I don't know how many this year, but I know last year we did like 27 podcasts over the course of September, October, November, just on Halloween linked stuff. So check us out at Parks and Cons there. So that said, wrapping up this home haunt hop. Until next time, we'll see you online somewhere.